Welcome to part 2. Or
Sure.
part 3, I mean. We just went through the cave. We lost our allies to a blast of energy that killed them. Now we're heading through the Bell
Hey
Wood
there.
to get to the Vale. Seem like some blood moth. Yep. Move on to this canyon cliff here and see if we can figure out where to go. No, the little guy running this way. Looks like I'm gonna steer it. A young wolf. Can we avoid it? Maybe. What happened here? The grass is still flattened behind the wagon wheel. Better go. Cabbage, potatoes, and squash have been overturned and abandoned. Can we go down the road? Nothing.
Welcome.
This man appears to be hurried. This man joined a cabinet quick. During a movement, he looked up as you approached, his expectant tension draws. Greeting, he says. A little breathless on your way to the south? Is it? He wiped his brow, turning to face you. The sooner you clear these woods, the better, I think. Our caravan was attacked. Hard luck, and I'm sorry to hear. You should be fine from here. There's no mission to Vale if you keep on the road. Don't have to walk far. But you want to keep clear of the place after that. We were just attacked north of here. Me and a friend of mine, we came out here to hunt some deer. Came upon a bear instead, great monstrous thing. And Pearly, he didn't make it. Shay said, I don't know what that was like this way. In any case, this force already cost me a friend. I'm heading home before it takes anything else. Where did you find this bear? In a cave or way up north. Turned to point to the northwest. I wouldn't seek it out if I were you. It was a great brute would be, but I hate to hear that it took another life. Very well. I don't know, go to Vale. It would take you 8 hours to complete the journey. Alright. Food item cannot be used in combat, but can provide bonus over a long period of time. Alright.
How about we take a break?
And we're in like the village now, whatever it is. The town. They don't look too good.
You must be one of the new settlers. Welcome to Gilded Vale. You'll be pleased to know that we've had some recent vacancies here.
Did you welcome everyone this way? The only answer you hear is a buzzing of flies from the tree.
Of course, we'll need to make some inquiries first. The inestimable Lord Radric VII has taken great pains to insulate our town from Widewind's legacy. Have you ever sired a Hollowborn child?
Hollowborn child.
Are you absolutely certain? Lord Raderick has made it his first priority to eliminate this scourge from our village. I should warn you, stranger. Here in Gilded Vale, we have a special place for dissidents, charlatans, and those who would hide a curse in our midst. His lordship's wife is with child and due any day now. Without his approval, I shan't be able to find you a permanent settlement. It will have to wait until after the birth. We can continue our interview then, after the bell tolls from Radric's hold to signal my lord's new heir. In the meantime, you can find temporary accommodations at the inn just southwest of here.
I've been feeling strange ever since a close call with the Beowatch, and there's someone in town who could help. You said something about Hollowborn. Before I got here, I saw several people conducting a strange ceremony near the Simoon. In regard to carefully, you'll want to mind where you mention that. Trespassing on Edelweiss ruins is illegal, not to mention danger. You probably saw someone attempting some new ritual to please the god. People will try anything these days. Barat, have mercy, we're certain. Maybe so. Like I said, I best to stay away from this sort of thing. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. It's important that everyone in Gildavale understand our rule. He blinked. I forgot that you're a foreigner. Do not have the curse in your homeland. The Hollowborn have been scourged upon the drywood for almost 15 years now. He lowers his voice to whisper. Children born without a soul. He shakes his head, pitiful, dumb thing that breathes barely. Would not truly live. Some say the Hollowborn are a disease, some say they are a punishment from the god. He raises an empty hand. In truth, no one knows. But they began spreading after the Saint War. And so their name, Waywin Legacy, stuck in honor of that foul blasphemous pretender. I've been feeling strange ever since a close call with a Beowatch. Is there someone in town you could help?
Whatever your problem, it sounds like a matter for an animancer. However, the only animancer in Gilded Vale isn't in any condition to speak. Consider yourself fortunate. After she failed Lord Radric, we saw to it that she wouldn't profit from the misplaced trust of others. A bad cure is often worse than none at all. But if you're set on finding a bottle of troll piss or a dead Audra pebble to rub on your forehead, you're welcome to check her pockets. A little corpse stink is nothing when you're digging for shit. My advice, however, is to be satisfied that you escaped and leave it at that. Keep out of...
Uh-oh.
Listen!
Two
No.
tolls. Let that be the last.
3. Gods have mercy.
It seems your arrival is ill-timed. 3 bells toll only for the death of a Radric. I fear Lord Radric's heir is lost, or else Hollowborn, and so lost all the same. You should tread carefully. Circumstances have changed a great deal.
What do you mean? You come to us at a time of mourning. The legacy has struck at the heart of Gilded Vale. Our efforts to redeem ourselves in the eye of Barat must be redoubted. He set a steady gaze on you. What happened? He shrugged. One bony shoulder. I will know more details when the messenger arrives. The vagary of childbirth, perhaps. But that is not your concern. Does this affect the Lord offering his new settler? I can be sure there's nothing right. I advise you to get some rest, the inn or the stable, for all I care. Find me afterward, I will know more soon enough. Very well. Alright. There's to the southwest. So looks like we gotta go down this way. I thought Lord Radric here would mark the end of the altar. And I told her that's not. Wow. Alright. What has she got to say? One of the best fish in Drywood, but his stock's been lousy lately. What's in here? This the inn? About to find out. A black hound? Suleiman, as you near and feel a vibrant history containing in the essence of a woman. Soul. Voice from a past seemed to call you. Reach out for the soul. Oh, that's a lot of reading. Still, you see a long, empty road cutting through the too large crop field. The air is silent, and the land seems too still for early afternoon. A woman walks slowly on the road, leading a horse, curiously looking around. She seems to sense something's wrong, but is unable to discern what it is. She stops, sniffing at the air. Her nose is high, her brows crinkle, and she casts about, looking for something. The air is clean, no cloud. She sniffs again, still looking around, confused, clouding her face. Mouthing a single word, fire. She looks out across the field, her confusion turned to fear. She holds her hand up to block the sun from her eyes and scanned the field again. Not finding what she was looking for, she jumped onto her horseback, and fear quickly becoming panic. She took sending the horse shooting down the path, which bend around some trees to where the farmhouse should be. She pulled up short, horror now in resonance of her fate, as she stares at the burning and charred mess that used to be her family home. Tears wells in her eyes. Okay. Can I, maybe save the game? I don't want to get killed here. Okay. That's like the... Okay, we'll reach out and touch his soul. You see a man soars through the air, hitting a nearby wall with a nothing crunch. He doesn't get up. He attracted a burly, clean-cut warrior with a carnivorous grin. Turns and shoves the fist into the stomach of another assailant, removing another from the impromptu brawl. The bar is a whirlwind of elbow, knees, fists, and feet with no end in sight, and he is in his element. In the corner, three smaller men speak coyly, throwing malicious glance at the larger man in the center. He breaks the chair over a tattooed head, crackling the trio positioning themselves in three parts of the room. And with a terse nod, they charge. Unfortunately for them, the man sees them coming, something in his eye burning bright, and all three slump to the ground in agony. That is all in their mind. The burly man bows to a room of the unconscious and incapacitated before flunking out of keys with the trailing behind him. And what is Shane Jake Marine, alright. You see an emaciated boy in chains, black hole for eye, staring slightly at the wall. A man in a dark coat walked in. A straw and oddly shaped quilt in his hand. The boy glances at it respectfully. The court waiting for animation. The man chucks it at him, disapproval clear in his tone. The boy stands limp, hanging. The man takes the quill and begins to write on the boy's chest, copying sharp, irregular symbol from the scroll. The child doesn't flint, as the quill digs into his skin, drawing blood as it goes. The wizard finished with a flourish and bark, some arcane command, setting the symbol to glow. Dully the boy cried out, knees hitting the stone hard, his chest burning black and red. Finally the glow disappeared, leaving only hard black scarred etched into his skin. He slumped sideways, twitching, eyes facing the back of his skull. The wizard grunt, kicking him on the leg on his way out. The boy lies on the floor until dawn, eyes still black like hole, the twitches growing into convulsion shake. Okay. The Drywood Part 1 early. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're not reading all that. That's a lot of reading. Why do I want to go sit through and read all that? That's just too much. Okay.
I see where you're going with that.
Nope. Like, but requires 3. Party. Wait. Maybe we should save the game in case something happened.
There. What did I tell you?
Get a weapon. We don't care about that right now. Padded armor. Recovery speed. We'll take that. And we'll take a dual attack. We're not. Okay. Move on down here and see what's over here. Grab a drink, friend. No. Okay. They're the one from saying. Hey, we said we wouldn't mention it. Alright. So that's all 3 of them. Okay. Oh, wait. Something to see up there. Roaches scattered and flee under the crate. Okay. Who's this? In-guest. Please leave me be. I'm full of thickness with what I've seen in place of people.
Consider it done.
Okay. If we go downstairs now. Strong bright blade. Okay, the history must be people I can get as friends, maybe? To join me in a quest. This will reach out and touch the soul. You see a group of young men standing around a makeshift practice target. This man stands in the middle of them, explaining the construction and use of a bow. He holds it up, pointing out each part as he speaks about it and what it does. He then walks away from the target, telling them to remain where they are and take his place about 200 feet away. He carefully lines his shot up, explaining what he's doing as he does it, and let the arrow fly. Hit the target dead center, much to the surprise and delight of the boys nearby. Near it, he smiles, walking towards the boy, talking about proper stance and how to most effectively hold a bow. A noise came from that tree. Lying nearby, near the practiced Venu, and he stopped, getting the wood, blue eyes squinting against the sun. A shadow moved, making his way through the forest behind them. He dropped an arrow and lined up a shot, carefully tracking the motion of the hidden creature. Loosening the arrow, he wasted no time in quickly grabbing another. The boy spun, watching the arrow fly into the forest, immediately lost among the tree. There's a sudden explosive movement in the undergrowth as the deer erupts from the tree line, running across the edge of the clearing. The boy laughed, turning to joke with the man about his lousy shot. They stopped talking, then holding the bow and leading the deer with a knock arrow. They dropped to the ground as he looses the last arrow, which flies true and strikes the deer right behind his shoulder, piercing heart and lungs and dropping it dead almost immediately. The boy stared at the deer for a few seconds and then slowly turned to look at the man. Newfound respect at their eyes. He smiled again and breathed a quiet sigh of relief. Okay, saline vertical. Oh, okay. You see a woman emptying her satchel onto her bed, taking stock of her inventory, potions, and bandages. Tenders and heard but gathered throughout her room. Haphazardly, she bit her lip, head tilted to the side, considering she began to repack one item after the other. Careful deliberating, undercut by shaking hands, each item has a clearly marked place, but no matter how she repacked it, she isn't satisfied. The shaking worsened as she emptied it out once more, one hand held to her mouth. Tears eke from her eyes as she gives up all semblance of order and shoved everything she can in the satchel, grabbing it and running out of the barrel. Straightening her back, she walked to the dock. Quinn eyed eyes hard and red. A gangly young elf offers her condolence, but she can't see him. For the ocean ahead of her, she wanders the dock, offering her service as a doctor to any who will listen. Anyone heading out on high tide. Less than an hour later, she watches her childhood disappear in the distance. A tiny speck of island, and tries not to jump. Alright then. Drunk tower? You know, enough to say. Alright, good. Villager. One in servant. You just come to the town. Okay. Villager. Alright. Where do we go? I'll go over here more. Ah. Another villager.
Gods keep you.
Ah. Good evening and welcome to Black Hound Inn. The innkeeper bows her head. Please sit where you would like. Would you like a drink or a room? We have 2 available at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much by the way of a good meal today, she said. Unless you're fond of cold porridge. Like a room, please. I could use some reliable help. Do you know of anyone looking for work? Oh. Well, I wouldn't say I could speak from experience, but we do have certain folks coming by looking for work from time to time. If you want to hire someone on, I'd be happy to send them your way. Let me see what you have. Available room. Okay. Inventory, right? A store. Retrain character. Party management. Okay. I don't have enough for a new adventure. Retrain. Okay, has 250 CP. That's money, right? Yeah. Go to the store. Can we sell stuff? Yeah. We'll sell all that stuff. Get the money. And then we'll get a room. Get a labor of rest, last for rest. And we'll rest here. Your sleep is restless and feared. A thought about a head and whispered blanket with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awake and find yourself in front of a gilded veiled gala tree. The creaking of a rope growing louder in your mind until the sign is definite. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face has shriveled inward like smoldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to the one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is merely inches from your face. That must be that lady right there. Suddenly, her head snaps up and her eyes open, and then they are empty behind them. There's a vast of nothingness. It makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts in with a gust of rancid air. She speaks a word, watcher. You jolt awake, a foul smell of a dwarf woman's breath, so permanent. Your nostril. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. She called her an animancer. Now, it filled you with a new queasy appreciation, and you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. You gain 249 experience. Find a dwarf woman from your dream. Okay. Is there a way to steal with money I have right now? Nope. Maybe I go what they're doing over here. What's it over here? The floorboards are sticky with wet, and no one had bothered to clean it. Alright. If we run out and cook in a tree, maybe she's out there, maybe. We're gonna save the game again. Oh, it's dark now. Alright then. We'll save the game again. Allah. You see 4 people gathered by the door to the inn. The raised voice and chopping gestures trigger an argument reaching a climax. The first figure raised his hand for calm. His face is particularly disturbed by a hood, but it's heightened that was just an off.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? Might
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
One of the other men pointed at the hooded elf. His eyes are red from drink, but it's going to focus. Mocking us even while he shouted, "Shelter to enter our village. Just go to show you what these fancy outer manners are worth." Okay.
Go on. Say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Why, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
I'll cut that barrel-licking tongue out of your head.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
That's where you're wrong.
I don't think attacking him is such a good idea. Back down, all of you. This is absurd. This is unnecessary. Wouldn't you rather be inside drinking than out here arguing? We don't want your charity either, foreigner. It sounds suspiciously like you're defending him. Well. Alright then. Wait, can I hit him? Are they gonna beat on him or something? Ghost Blade.
Off then.
Alright. As the last of the attackers fall, Ralph turns to you, the tension almost gone from his mood face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
Go ahead.
Courtesy is a rare pleasure in these parts, though your accent suggests that you are no more local than I.
He straightened his hood and you note the remain of frayed embroidery on his glove. His boots are caked with the dirt of a many month travel, but the leather work beneath is sturdy and fine.
I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvusser, at your service. I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I am grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was traveling with a caravan, but we were separated near the
In
saloon.
Griffin Ruins? Those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. And half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
Several hooded figures operating a strange machine. A lot of dollars that you silently, apparently associated with your earnings. Yeah. Finally, he gives you a chip. Awkward laugh.
You do manage to find yourself in rather interesting predicaments. An excellent question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
I've been experiencing strange things of late. I'm looking for an expert on souls.
Indeed. The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists. He has rid himself of them almost as desperately. I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
You did tell that one woman, that one man to go. That he cleared his throat and adjusted his sleeve as I tried to tell him. I heard the same thing.
Begging your pardon, but neither do you. Yet, circumstances can find a person in the strangest of places. As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
Yeah, what?
Excellent. I shall follow you.
Cool. I'm an ally now. Get the money. Wait, why did it? I don't understand what the number means. 9 and 16? If we're heading back up. I'll save the game again. We're running here. Where's the tree at? Wish there was a way to make the camera move a little faster. Would be helpful. What is this? As you near your fill, you see a pennant waving tall and sluggish in the wind, rising sun embroidered on the banner. The vanguard of a small troop of paladins have a spirit is brilliant, if restrained, and their armor has not yet been tarnished by the element. This expedition is fresh young, filled with zest and zeal. At their head stand a commander awkward, in full armor but determined in step. Despite the excitement of his fellow, he does not smile. There's a twist in his mouth. Connorant grin, he throws up his hand, halting his troop. Silent falls among them, revealing a dark thunder deep and low. He orders them to ready their weapons and spread out. I dart from horizon to horizon, neck twisting to see the source of the sound. In a distant dust and lightning rises from the ground as the Stygian cloud race towards them overhead. The soldiers stand like the staccato movement of their breath. Betrayed in their nerve, the commander closed his eyes, calling a blessing down on his troops. Invigorating, invincible, they wait as the enemy draw closer, poised to attack. Okay. What's down here? Alright, when we made it to the village and got to the inn, that'll be the end of this episode. Next one, we're gonna head down the stairs and see what's down there. We're gonna save the game again. But you never know what's gonna happen. Alright.